Are you a person that struggles with putting your best foot forward on a consistent basis? If so, this video is for you.
Represent God, gonna do it to death. Stop playing games with the Lord, gonna do it to death. Are you a believer when it fits? Nah, do it to death. You need to do it to death. Come on and do it to death. You wanna represent God, gonna do it to death. Stop playing games with the Lord, gonna do it to death. Are you a believer when it fits? Nah, do it to death. You need to do it to death. Come on and do it to death.
Hello, 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 good people. I am your host, Mr. HJ, and we are back. We are back. We are back. As always, housekeeping. Shout out to my MVPs, LLCs, men valuing purpose, ladies loving and courageous. If you're new to the channel, do your boy a favor. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because this channel is all about self-improvement. What we want to do is become the very best versions of ourselves that we can. And we give a lot of tools, information, things that you can use on a day-to-day basis to do just that. So being at your best, why is this a challenge? Why is it important? It's a challenge because some days you just aren't feeling it, right? Some days you may be emotionally drained. Some days you may be physically tired. You may be dealing with a cold, flu, whatever the case may be. Something may be going on at home that's taking your mind off of the things that you do or you need to do and be your best at. We're human. This is going to happen from time to time. But the important thing about us as achievers and aspiring achievers is that regardless of all of that, we have to be consistent. We have to learn to navigate in times when we don't feel as if we're all the way there or completely glued in, locked in, focused, honed in. You do your great work when all of those things are in place. But the measure of a man and the measure of success isn't what you do when you feel your best. It's what you do in those times in between. Because it's that consistency that's going to end up playing such a vital role in what it is that you want to accomplish. You know, we've given a lot of information on this channel about things that you can do, building groups, being a good communicator, having mentors, a lot of obstacles that you can overcome and ways to do it. But one thing that we haven't really talked about is the mind games that come along. What is it you say to yourself to motivate yourself? What is it that you do to get yourself fired up? How is it that you can get from meh to, all right, let's get it, let's do it, I got this, let's move forward? Big fan of Michael Jordan. I think you guys are no strangers to that if you've been on this channel. And a reporter asked Michael Jordan, and I don't know this verbatim, but I remember reading an article. And a reporter asked Michael Jordan, you know, how is it you stay motivated and, you know, playing at such a high level every night, right? And Michael Jordan's answer, again, not word for word, but was, I know that there's somebody in that crowd that hasn't got the chance to see me play. And I owe it to them to give my best. Powerful, right? But that's only good if you use it, right? Michael was a master of motivating himself. He would create animosity to fire himself up. Not saying that everybody should follow in that path, but you got to find what works for you. What is it that will get you going, that'll rev your engine up? What is it that'll get you, pumped up and ready to dive in and tackle things head on and be fearless, right? What is it that'll give you that extra log in your fire? I can't answer that question for you, but I can definitely say it begins in the mind. And the conversations that you have with yourself are of the utmost importance of getting you going. Are we viewing the glass half full? Or are we viewing the glass half empty? Are you looking at this as something I have to do? Or are you looking at this as something I get the opportunity to do? A lot of that perspective is all in your mind. So, what conversation do you need to have with yourself to be at your best every day and in every situation? Each situation is different. Every day is a different day. There are days where I'm under the weather and nobody will know in my profession. They'll have no idea that I've been struggling, that I'm taking Mucinex or ibuprofen or whatever it is I'm taking to cope with what I'm dealing with. They'll have no idea. Why? Because I bring the same energy every single day. And that's part of being a professional. That's part of knowing that regardless of the outside circumstances, what you do has to be streamlined, focused, and consistent. It has to be. Because if we let what's going on in our personal lives affect every aspect of our life, then you're going to be on like a roller coaster, right? You're going to up and down, highs and lows. People aren't going to know what to expect from you. And businesses, corporations, teams that you lead, all of this, they need consistency. And they're looking to you as their leader for that consistency. And you have to bring it. Not to say that you have to be predictable in every situation, but you do need to be predictable in your leadership and consistency and bringing your best, or as close to your best as you can bring each and every day. I'm not going to sit here and act like it is not a struggle. I'm not going to sit here and say that there are days where I'm not rolling my eyes like, man, I'm just not feeling it today. I don't feel like tackling this task or doing this, that, and the third. But a lot of times what you'll find is if you dive in with a positive mindset and have the Nike slogan in your background of just do it and go ahead and give it your best, you'll find that the motivation begins coming. Sometimes the motivation is in doing the thing that you don't really feel like doing. For example, had some plumbing problems today and created a situation in our restroom. And I was like, man, I really would like to put this off for another day and find something else to do, take on some other task or relax, whatever the case may be. But I knew the importance of it. And I said, I don't want this to come back and bite me at another time and be a worse situation. So let me go ahead, roll out to Home Depot and get this taken care of today. Another saying is, why put off tomorrow what you can do today? Because it's only a matter of time. And we have to have that mindset. And once I began doing the thing, I kind of got into the groove of doing it, didn't feel so bad, was focused on finishing, all of that. And so subsequently, it was a success, right? But that's a daily discipline. That's something a decision you have to make each and every day. And it's not always easy to do that. So all I want to do is encourage you to know that you're not alone, right? You're not alone in maybe feeling like your job, your profession is mundane or repetitive or super competitive. Whatever it is, you're not alone. Other people that work in your field feel the same way, but you have to learn how to find the silver lining in what you do and learn how to give it your best and regardless of how you're feeling. Because that's just going to speak volumes to you as a person, to you as a leader, and to you as an achiever. So with all that being said, give your best each and every day. Are you always going to feel it? Absolutely not. But it's imperative that at least 9 out of 10 days, you're doing what it is that you need to do when you need to do it. And with all of that being said, thank you for your time today. As we always say, time is a finite thing. It is an investment. I appreciate you investing in this channel with your time. Make sure you share this information with people that you think will get use out of it. I always enjoy feedback. Like, comment, subscribe, donate to the channel if you feel so. If you feel like that's something you want to do, support me in that way. PayPal code will pop up at some point, and you give that option to do just that. And with all of that being said, I am your host, Mr. HJ, and we are out. Thank you and God bless. And I'm out.